Hello from Who Died Today America, and welcome back to our channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars whom we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. It wasn't just his songs, it was the truth in them that made people feel understood, a fellow songwriter once said of Wyatt Aldridge. That honest magic, woven through every lyric and melody he ever wrote, defined a legacy that now echoes through the halls of American music history. Wyatt Aldridge, a cherished voice behind some of country music's most enduring hits, passed away on November 19, 2025, at the age of 68. A native of Florence, Alabama, Wyatt's journey began at Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, where he quickly became a shaping force of the Muscle Shoals sound. His songwriting carried the heart of the American South. From the heart-wrenching I Loved Her First by Heartland to the rebellious grit of modern-day Bonnie and Clyde by Travis Tritt, his work reached across generations and genres. He penned multiple #1 hits, including There's No Gettin' Over Me by Ronnie Milsap and Holding Her and Loving You by Earl Thomas Conley. Each song wasn't just a melody, it was a memory for those who heard it. Wyatt wasn't confined to the writing room. As lead singer, guitarist, and producer for the Shooters, he brought his creative power to the stage, earning 7 charting singles in the late 80s. His 17 years at Fame Studios also saw him guiding and encouraging aspiring musicians, turning raw talent into timeless music. Colleagues and fans alike remember Wyatt not just for the songs, but for the man behind them, humble, devout, and unwavering in his commitment to others. He shared his success generously, valuing stories over status and people over praise. The Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame honored him in life, fitting for a man whose lyrics are etched into the soul of an industry. Following his passing, tributes poured in from Nashville to North Alabama, where he was revered as a local legend and musical steward. Though the studio lights have dimmed, Wyatt's music still sings. In every heartfelt chorus and every rising star he mentored, his spirit endures. He gave voice to love, loss, and life in a way only he could, and the world will keep singing his songs long after the final note. Rest easy, Wyatt. The melody lives on. The groove always started with Monty. Without him, the soul of it all would be missing. Gary "Monty" Moundfield, the beloved bassist who helped soundtrack a generation, has passed on, leaving behind a rhythm that will echo forever in our hearts. From the heart of Crumpsall, Manchester, Monty rose to become one of the most influential figures in British rock, his sound inseparable from the spirit of a movement. With the Stone Roses, he redefined what a bass could be: melodic, vital, and alive. Their 1989 debut remains a towering milestone in alternative music, and Monty's playing grounded its magic. When that chapter closed, he brought the same energy and depth to Primal Scream, contributing to albums like Vanishing Point and XTRMNTR that pushed boundaries and thrilled fans worldwide. Yet it wasn't just the music that made Monty unforgettable. It was the man himself. Open-hearted, sharp-witted, always approachable. A giving soul who loved his mates, his city, and his roots. He performed at charity concerts, celebrated his heritage with pride, and carried his humor and humility wherever he went. His love for family was just as fierce. He stood by his wife Imelda through thick and thin and cherished their twin sons beyond anything fame could offer. Monty made the impossible groove feel effortless, one friend said, a perfect tribute to both his genius and his grace. While his physical presence has gone, his sound, his joy, and his passion remain. In every echo of bass, in every roar of a crowd, will find him. Monty didn't just play music. He lived it and made the world feel more alive in the process. Ron always showed up, gave you the truth, and made it real, said a longtime director who worked with him on multiple Chicago sets. He wasn't just acting, he was living the part. Ron Dean, a fixture in American film and television for more than 40 years, passed away at the age of 87 after a long illness. Known for his grounded portrayals of detectives, soldiers, and everyman tough guys, Dean left behind a legacy rich with unforgettable characters and quiet brilliance. With a steely gaze and worn Chicago voice, Dean became a go-to actor for directors seeking gritty realism. He made his film debut at 38 and carved out an indelible niche in some of Hollywood's most iconic films. As Detective Kelly in The Fugitive, he gave chase alongside Tommy Lee Jones and Harrison Ford. In The Dark Knight, he brought gravity and tension as conflicted cop Detective Wirtz under Christopher Nolan's masterful direction. Television was another stage where he thrived. His role as Detective Marion Zeke Crumb in Early Edition became a fan favorite, revealing his gift for blending grit with heart. He also lent authenticity to some of TV's most renowned dramas, NYPD Blue, The West Wing, 6 Feet Under, and CSI, always portraying law enforcement with restraint and conviction. Born and raised in Chicago, Dean never strayed far from his roots. He embodied the soul of the city on screen and off, often portraying Chicago cops in local productions with such frequency that he became, unofficially, the city's screen-wise lawman. His face was familiar even to those who didn't know his name. Whether playing a gruff father in The Breakfast Club or a caring uncle in Cocktail, Dean gave substance to supporting roles and dignity to everyday heroes. A private man with immense public presence, Ron Dean is remembered by peers for his steadfastness and his unflashy but vital contributions to storytelling. In an era of showy spectacle, Ron Dean's quiet command reminded us that truth, even in shadow, always finds its place in the light. He leaves behind performances etched in memory and a cinematic legacy that endures in every glance, every line, every still moment when the camera dared to just let him be. Greeny played every game with heart and hustle. You wanted 10 of him in the lineup, said longtime Red Sox teammate and friend Ellis Burks. He gave everything to this team and this city. That sentiment echoes across the world of baseball as fans and players alike, mourn the passing of Michael Lewis Greenwell, the legendary Boston Red Sox left fielder who died on October 9, 2025, at age 62. Affectionately known as the Gator, Greenwell became a symbol of grit, loyalty, and quiet leadership during his 12-year MLB career, all of it spent with the Red Sox from 1985 to 1996. Raised in Fort Myers, Florida, Greenwell brought both a slugger's swing and a blue-collar ethic to Fenway Park. His 1988 season still shines as one of the finest in franchise history. A .325 batting average, 22 home runs, 119 RBIs, and more game-winning RBIs in a single season than any AL player before him, 23. That same year, he was runner-up for the AL MVP, a testament to his consistency and clutch performances. But numbers only tell part of the story. Greenwell's legacy rests as much in his character as his stats. He was respected in the clubhouse, admired by fans, and feared by opposing pitchers. His 2 All-Star nods and a Silver Slugger award reflect his talent, but it was his 9 RBI game in 1996, a feat where he single-handedly carried the Red Sox to victory, that encapsulates his fierce dedication. Beyond baseball, Greenwell chased speed as a late-career motorsports competitor and gave back as a mentor in minor league coaching roles. He never forgot where he came from, often returning to Florida, where he contributed to his local community and raised his family. Inducted into the Boston Red Sox Hall of Fame in 2008, Greenwell's impact never faded. The team's recent tribute summed it up. Mike Greenwell didn't just wear the uniform, he honored it. He will forever be a part of Red Sox history. Loved by those who knew him and cherished by a generation of baseball fans, Michael Greenwell's legacy remains etched in the Green Monster's shadow. His steadiness, humor, and drive will be missed, but never forgotten. He always flew toward the storm, never around it. That's how friend and fellow aviator Paul Winslow once described Oscar S. Wyatt Jr., the indomitable Texas oilman whose life was as vast and layered as the landscape he loved. A fearless World War II bomber pilot, Oscar never lost his taste for risk or his drive to build. From humble beginnings and an $800 loan secured with his second-hand Ford, he created what became the Coastal Corporation, an energy empire that would reshape America's pipeline landscape. He wasn't born into wealth. He carved it out of dust, grit, and instinct. Oscar negotiated face-to-face with energy ministers across the globe, often in cultures and crises few dared enter. His friendship with high-profile, controversial figures like Iraq's Saddam Hussein and Libya's Muammar Gaddafi sparked headlines, and behind those headlines were stories of daring diplomacy, hostage negotiations, and complex choices. He was a study in contradiction, a relentless corporate tactician with a reputation for litigious tactics, yet a quiet benefactor to police families in mourning. A man convicted late in life for illegal payments under the Oil for Food program, yet also one who lifted entire communities through economic opportunity and anonymous giving. Oscar never shed his sense of flight. He piloted his own planes well into his 80s and roamed his 5 sprawling South Texas ranches in later years, content among cattle and under big skies. He was driven by an untamable energy, one rooted in an era where hard work, risk, and vision collided to forge legacies. In 2021, the Texas Aviation Hall of Fame honored him. By 99, he accepted a Lifetime Achievement Award from LULAC, further tying his legacy to the region he cherished and the people he never forgot. Oscar is survived by his beloved wife Lynn, their children, and the thousands of workers, veterans, ranchers, and partners who carry on his vision. To those who knew him best, Oscar S. Wyatt Jr. was never just a businessman. He was a force. His engines have gone silent, but the trails he carved, from Pacific battlefields to South Texas brush country, will echo for years to come. The soul and joy of our city. That's how many described Lillian Boutte, whose voice captured not only the sounds of New Orleans, but the spirit of a people. With every note she sang, Lillian delivered warmth, conviction, and unshakable authenticity. From humble roots in New Orleans' gospel Golden Voices choir to gracing stages across Europe, Asia, and America, she carried her hometown with her in every performance. A singer, yes, but more than that, a bridge between cultures. She didn't just sing jazz and gospel, she lived them. Her passion found its start in local clubs as a student and exploded into a global journey after stepping into the spotlight in the musical One Mo' Time. What followed was decades of recording with greats like Alan Toussaint, Dr. John, and the Neville Brothers, and a lifelong mission to carry New Orleans music beyond its borders. As the only artist besides Louis Armstrong to be named New Orleans Musical Ambassador, Lillian didn't just represent a sound, she shared a heartbeat. Through her ensemble music friends, gospel projects like Gospel United, and cultural programs abroad, she brought the rhythm of her origins to new audiences, opening doors for countless others. She made Germany her second home, but her voice always carried the scent of magnolias in the French Quarter. Artists who shared stages with her recount stories filled with laughter, mentorship, and kindness. Singer John Boutte, her brother, once said, "Lillian didn't just sing for people, she lifted them." The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation summed it best. She brought the soul and joy of our city to every corner of the world. Lillian Boutte is gone, but her voice, her generosity, and her unwavering devotion to music live on in every artist she inspired and every soul she stirred. She was and remains the undeniable spirit of New Orleans. Even in silence, he was the loudest voice of love. These words, tenderly spoken by Chanel Jones, capture the heart of Uche Oje, a man whose presence shaped everyone lucky enough to know him. Quiet yet strong, kind without measure, Uche lived a life not in the spotlight, but marked by unwavering devotion and quiet heroism. A proud Chicago native and Northwestern University graduate, Uche's most defining chapter began the day he met Chanel on a college campus tour. That meeting would grow into a 20-year love story filled with laughter, resilience, and grace. When he proposed during a rainy walk back on campus, their bond was already unshakable. Married in 2007, Uche and Chanel built a life rooted in love and anchored by their 3 children, Kyan, Clara, and Uche Jr. Professionally, Uche built a successful career in business and technology consulting, earning respect and admiration for his work ethic, humility, and leadership. But it wasn't the titles he held that people remembered. It was the way he made them feel. Colleagues described him as generous with his time and kind with his words. Friends recall his laugh, his loyalty, and his unmatched ability to make people feel safe and seen. When Uche was diagnosed with glioblastoma in late 2023, he confronted the news with the same quiet courage that defined his life. During nearly 2 years of treatment, he remained a source of light, lifting others even as he faced his own difficult road. He showed his children the kind of strength that matters most, the strength to love deeply, to fight gracefully, and to keep smiling, even in pain. His story is one of love over fear, family over fame, and faith over everything. In his passing, tributes echoed this. The Today Show family called him a soul who radiated warmth, while Chanel shared through tears, "He gave us all he had, every single day." Uche Oje leaves behind a legacy not built on headlines, but on heartbeats. A love that ran deep. A life lived quietly but profoundly. A father, a husband, a friend, never forgotten because he loved so fully. And that kind of love never ends. I'm Your Huckleberry. With just 4 words, Val Kilmer etched himself into cinematic legend. That unforgettable line from Tombstone, delivered with swagger and soul, captured the essence of a performer who brought intensity, depth, and truth to every character he embraced. Val Kilmer, who passed away at 65, leaves behind a legacy that spans more than 4 decades of film, art, and personal resilience. From the icy confidence of Iceman in Top Gun to the haunting portrayal of Jim Morrison in The Doors, Kilmer never shied away from challenging roles. He was Batman, he was a saint, he was a poet. But above all, he was an artist, dedicated and daring. A graduate of Juilliard, Kilmer began his journey on stage before breaking into Hollywood in the 1980s. He quickly became known for his remarkable range and his fearless immersion into every role. His performance as Doc Holliday remains one of the most beloved in modern Western film, a mix of melancholy, mischief, and myth. Despite battling throat cancer and losing much of his ability to speak, Kilmer found new ways to express himself. Through painting, writing, and the deeply personal documentary Val, he shared his story with grace and vulnerability. His return in Top Gun, Maverick, was a testament to his courage and the deep love audiences have for his work. Those who worked with him often described Kilmer as passionate, meticulous, and endlessly curious. Val wasn't just acting, he was living every role with fierce intensity and soul, wrote the Los Angeles Times. His daughter, Mercedes Kilmer, called him a warrior of spirit, mourning his loss while celebrating his life. Val Kilmer's light burned brightly, in film and beyond. He had the rare gift of turning his pain into beauty, his talent into legacy. His children, Mercedes and Jack, will carry forward that spirit, and the world will keep watching, remembering, and feeling the power of his presence on screen. He once said, "Life is precious, and all of us are lucky to be here." We were lucky to witness his brilliance, and we will never forget it. She never just played a part, she lived it. That's how one colleague lovingly described Alice Herson, whose presence on stage and screen resonated far beyond the roles she inhabited. With grace, intelligence, and warmth, Alice touched hearts across generations. Her face became familiar to millions as Mavis Anderson on the iconic series Dallas, where she brought tenderness and quiet strength to a turbulent world of oil and family legacies. Years later, audiences embraced her again as Lois Morgan, the nurturing and humorous mother of Ellen DeGeneres' character in the groundbreaking sitcom Ellen. Her performances were always genuine, always affecting. A New Yorker by birth and training, she began her career in theater after graduating from the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in 1948. Her early years in soap operas like The Edge of Night and Another World laid the foundation for a career spanning more than 7 decades. She moved effortlessly between drama and comedy, guest starring in series like Murphy Brown and Law and Order, while also lending her distinct voice to video game characters in her later years. Her versatility wasn't just in the range of roles she played, but in the way she lifted those around her. Fellow actors often said she brought kindness and clarity to every set. Her authenticity made even the smallest parts unforgettable. In the words of a co-star, Alice had a way of making you feel like you belonged, both on screen and off. As tributes pour in, it's clear that Alice Herson wasn't simply a familiar face. She was a steady light in the world of storytelling. She inspired countless actors and left behind a portfolio of work that continues to move, uplift, and teach. In every quiet glance, every heartfelt line, she lives on. Alice's legacy is not just in what she gave us, but in how she made us feel. A true star whose light will never dim. You must never let go of beauty or truth, Genevieve Page once said. They carry you across time. And carry her they did, from the golden age of cinema to the hearts of generations who saw not only an actress on screen, but a woman whose grace transcended language and borders. Genevieve Page, the luminous presence of French and international cinema, passed away peacefully in Paris on February 14, 2025, at the age of 97. With a voice like silk and a gaze both intelligent and mysterious, she brought unforgettable life to roles in Belle de Jour, El Cid, and The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes. Whether portraying queens or enigmas, heroines or heartbreakers, Page radiated elegance and emotional depth that made each character unforgettable. Born into an artistic world, with Christian Dior as her godfather and a family steeped in culture, Genevieve inherited a love for performance as naturally as others inherit eye color. By her early 20s, she had taken her place among Europe's brightest stars, first turning heads as Madame de Pompadour in Fanfan la Tulipe, and continuing to impress in international productions across Italy, Britain, and Hollywood. Her portrayal of Madame Anaïs in Belle de Jour remains one of her most acclaimed performances, a study in complexity, subtle power, and poise. And under Billy Wilder's direction in The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes, she delivered what many consider a masterclass in mystery and allure, but her influence extended far beyond the camera. On stage, she captivated audiences, earning the French Critics' Award for Best Theater Actress in 1980. Off-stage, she was admired for her kindness, humility, and quiet strength, a woman who lived with empathy and never compromised her values. She shared a devoted marriage with Jean-Claude Boujard, her husband from 1959 until his passing in 2011. Together, they raised 2 children, Thomas and Adelaide, the living testaments to a life well loved. In the hours following the news of her passing, tributes poured in. One actress wrote, "She was elegance without arrogance, strength without noise. Her legacy is printed in light." Though she may have stepped off the stage, Genevieve Page's presence remains, etched in film, in theater, and in the spirit of every performer who dares to mix beauty with truth. Quietly, with infinite grace, she changed the shape of cinema. She will never fade from memory. The measure of any society is how it treats its most vulnerable. Frank Chopp lived by those words every day of his life. From the streets of Seattle to the halls of Olympia, Frank was a fierce advocate for affordable housing, universal health care, and working families. His decades-long career wasn't just about policy, it was about people. As Washington's longest-serving Speaker of the House, he redefined what it meant to lead with heart and strategy. Born in Bremerton and rooted in the values of fairness and opportunity, Frank brought real change to the communities he served. As executive director of the Fremont Public Association, later Solid Ground, he built one of the state's most wide-reaching social service networks, helping thousands gain access to housing, food, and vital resources. Frank entered the state legislature in 1994 and soon became co-speaker, then sole speaker for an unprecedented 17 years. Under his leadership, the Washington Housing Trust Fund expanded dramatically. Programs like Apple Health for Kids, Apple Health and Homes, and paid family leave didn't just exist on paper, they changed lives. He championed equality through the DREAM Act and marriage equality, made room at the table for everyone, urban and rural alike, and never backed down from a fight if it meant families would benefit. Blending pragmatism with passion, he founded or championed organizations like the Low-Income Housing Institute and the Seattle Tenants Union. His One Washington philosophy was more than a slogan. It was the foundation of every partnership he built and every law he passed. In the words of a fellow lawmaker, Frank didn't just talk about justice, he delivered it. His compassion earned him honors statewide, from housing heroes to healthcare leaders. Yet his truest achievements are the thousands of Washingtonians now living in safer homes, with better healthcare and brighter futures, because Frank refused to settle for less. He is survived by his wife Nancy, his children, and an entire state forever shaped by his vision. Frank Chopp didn't just serve Washington, he changed it. His legacy is not only etched in legislation, but in the everyday lives of those he fought for. And in that, he lives on. His voice was the soundtrack of Texas sports, a colleague once said, and to generations of fans, there was no mistaking it. Steady, warm, and always right where it needed to be. Bill Mercer, the legendary broadcaster, author, and mentor, has passed away at the age of 99, leaving behind a legacy imprinted across the landscape of American sports and journalism. From the press booth to the classroom, from the gridiron to the wrestling ring, Mercer's presence spanned more than 6 decades. He became the original play-by-play voice for the Texas Rangers in their inaugural 1972 season, captured the energy of Dallas Cowboys and Chicago White Sox games, and brought college sports alive for listeners of UNT and beyond. His work extended to the iconic Cotton Bowl games and, most internationally, as the voice that brought world-class championship wrestling into homes around the world. But Mercer didn't just describe the action, he bore witness to history. In 1963, he was among the first reporters covering the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in Dallas. The experience became the foundation for his co-authored book, When the News Went Live, Dallas, 1963, a first-hand chronicle of a nation-shifting event. As deep as his commitment to broadcasting was, Mercer's heart remained in education. For 35 years, he taught sports broadcasting at the University of North Texas, where his passion helped shape the careers of aspiring announcers. Many of his students have gone on to become voices in sports media across the country. Former students often recall his patience, warmth, and sharp eye for storytelling, qualities that made him as beloved in the classroom as he was on air. He also stood for more than just sports. Mercer was on the mic when Abner Haynes and Leon King broke barriers as the first African-American athletes to play college football in Texas, continuing to support efforts for diversity and inclusion throughout his career. His accolades span halls of fame across Texas, yet ask anyone who knew him and they'll tell you his truest achievements were found in his integrity, empathy, and unwavering devotion to raising others up. As the athletics department at UT Dallas shared, Mercer made an immeasurable impact on our athletic community. It's a sentiment echoed in every tribute since his passing. Bill Mercer gave Texas and the nation not only his voice, but his time, his wisdom, and his heart. Though he's no longer with us, the echoes of his words live on, in every broadcast booth, in every student he shaped, and in every unforgettable moment he so vividly shared. Let's take a gentle moment today to talk about Bruce Willis, the beloved actor known for his unforgettable roles in classics like Die Hard and Pulp Fiction. At 69, Bruce and his family are facing a challenge familiar to so many: frontotemporal dementia, a rare disease that touches not just the person diagnosed, but everyone who loves them. His wife, Emma Hemming Willis, recently opened her heart in an interview with Diane Sawyer, sharing what this new reality has meant for their family. Emma describes the early days as overwhelming and scary, but she's become a beacon for others, reminding caregivers across America that it's okay to ask for help, to let love guide the way, and to cherish every small moment. With 2 young daughters by Bruce's side and Emma's new book bringing hope to fellow caregivers, the Willis family's journey is touching hearts everywhere. And through it all, Bruce's legacy of strength, heart, and that iconic smile continues to inspire us. As Emma put it, love is beautiful, grand, and unconditional, and that's exactly how Bruce Willis will be celebrated, now and always. Sometimes, even the toughest families need a little creativity to get through hard times, and that's exactly what Bruce Willis's loving daughters have shown. The 69-year-old Hollywood legend, known for his unforgettable roles and hearty laugh, received a diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia a couple of years ago. When his youngest daughters, Mabel and Evelyn, were just 10 and 8, his wife, Emma Hemming Willis, chose honesty, gently explaining his condition to them in ways they could understand. With youthful imagination, the girls invented a playful acronym, Fantastic Turtles Dancing in Bruce's Head, to help them remember the name of his illness. Emma shared that while the reality of Bruce's condition is difficult, her daughter's creativity brought light to their family's journey, making it just a little bit brighter. Despite the challenges, Bruce's family often spots sparks of the old Bruce, the twinkle in his eye, his unmistakable smirk, or a robust laugh. Emma says those moments are treasured, if fleeting, and remind everyone of the loving father and husband at the heart of their close-knit family. Through it all, the Willis family leads with honesty, love, and resilience, showing all of us how even in the face of adversity, small acts of kindness and creativity can keep cherished memories alive. If you're looking for a little sunshine today, here's a truly special story about family, love, and cherishing the moments that matter. Over the weekend, Tallulah Willis, at 31, the youngest daughter of Bruce Willis and Demi Moore, shared some heartfelt photos of herself, her father Bruce, and her fiancé Justin Acey, all visiting her grandmother's home. These candid snapshots show Bruce, now 70, sitting fondly with Tallulah, the two holding hands and sharing real smiles that radiate warmth and deep connection. The gathering is a touching reminder of the Willis family's enduring bond, especially as Bruce faces ongoing health challenges following his diagnosis with frontotemporal dementia. Remarkably, despite these challenges, Bruce continues to be surrounded by his blended and devoted family, including daughters Scout and Rumor, and his youngest girls, Mabel and Evelyn, with his wife Emma. What stands out in these photos isn't the struggle, but the love, the gentle embraces, laughter, and togetherness that fill the room. Tallulah even called it Sunday Fun Day at Graham's, and it's clear this simple family time means the world. Moments like these remind us all to treasure our loved ones, hold on to joy wherever it appears, and celebrate the strength of families who lift each other up. Bruce Willis, and the love his family shares, will always light up our hearts and inspire us to cherish every moment together. Bruce Willis, now 70, is cherished by fans across generations for his unforgettable roles in classics like Die Hard, The Sixth Sense, and Moonlighting. Though he retired from acting in 2022 after bravely facing aphasia, his journey has since taken another turn as he lives with frontotemporal dementia, a rare and challenging condition requiring full-time care. Bruce's remarkable career saw more than 100 film and TV credits, 2 Primetime Emmys, and nearly $3 billion in box office sales. From his days as wisecracking Detective David Addison to heroic action star John McClane, Bruce brought humor, heart, and authenticity to each role. Off-screen, he's a devoted father and family man, weathering life's changes with courage and grace. While his health now means he's unable to speak, read, or walk, Bruce's legacy shines brighter than ever. Fans and loved ones alike continue to celebrate his impact on Hollywood and the joy he brought to so many. His family has asked for privacy, but their devotion during this difficult time is an inspiration of love and resilience. Bruce Willis will always be remembered for lifting spirits with his wit, grit, and unforgettable screen presence. His story encourages us to honor the past, cherish each day, and share kindness wherever we can. Bruce Willis, the beloved 70-year-old star of Die Hard and Moonlighting, continues to inspire and touch hearts as he faces a personal health journey. Bruce's family revealed that he has been living with frontotemporal dementia, a rare brain condition that gently changes how he communicates and interacts with loved ones. His wife, Emma Hemming Willis, describes moments when Bruce's face lights up with warmth and connection, showing that even as words fade, love shines through, especially when surrounded by his devoted family, including his 5 daughters. Bruce's courage and the remarkable support from his blended family remind us all that strength isn't just in action movies. It's found in everyday love, hugs, and gentle touches. Emma's commitment as a caregiver and advocate highlights the importance of seeking help, awareness, and never feeling alone on difficult journeys. Through all of life's changes, Bruce Willis remains a cherished part of countless memories and continues to inspire families everywhere. He will always be remembered for his iconic roles, his kindness, and the way his family's love keeps weaving new stories of hope and resilience. Bruce Willis's wife, Emma Hemming Willis, is sharing her family's journey with frontotemporal dementia in a deeply personal way that's touching hearts across the country. In a recent interview with Diane Sawyer, Emma opened up about how the disease is affecting Bruce, who was diagnosed in 2022 after stepping away from acting. She explained that while Bruce's ability to communicate is fading, he still recognizes her and their loved ones, and their family has found a rhythm in their new daily life. Emma also talked about the challenges caregivers face and how important it is to ask for help and take care of yourself while supporting someone with dementia. She's written a new book called The Unexpected Journey, hoping to give other families a roadmap and comfort during tough times. Her honesty and strength are inspiring many, reminding us all of the power of love and resilience. Bruce Willis's legacy as a beloved actor and family man will always be remembered, and Emma's courage in sharing their story is helping others feel less alone on their own caregiving paths. Their journey is a reminder that even in difficult moments, love and hope can shine through. Here's something truly touching to warm your heart. Over the weekend, Tallulah Willis, at 31, shared joyful photos from a special family visit with her dad, Bruce Willis, who's now 70, and her fiancé Justin Acey at her grandmother's house. In these photos, you'll see Bruce and Tallulah holding hands and sharing smiles on the living room floor, with laughter and hugs as family gathered around the dining table, just the way Sundays are meant to be. Despite Bruce's health challenges in recent years, including his diagnosis with frontotemporal dementia, moments like these continue to remind us of the strength and love a family can share. Tallulah's gratitude shone through as she captioned, "Sunday fun day at Graham's? Grateful." It's these simple, genuine moments, smiles passed between generations, gentle embraces, and laughter echoing through the home that remind us every day is a gift. Bruce Willis may be facing tough battles, but he remains surrounded by love, celebrated as both a legendary actor and, most importantly, a devoted dad and grandfather. Let's keep honoring these cherished connections that brighten our lives and remember. The warmth of family is a legacy that never fades. Imagine growing up with an action movie legend as your dad. Now picture facing the tough realities of illness with that same spirit of creativity and love. Bruce Willis, the beloved 69-year-old actor known for his iconic roles in movies like Die Hard, has been living with frontotemporal dementia. To help their young daughters, now 13-year-old Mabel and 11-year-old Evelyn, understand and remember their father's diagnosis, Bruce's family came together with a bit of heartwarming ingenuity. They invented a playful acronym, Fantastic Turtles Dancing in Bruce's Head. This little phrase not only helped the girls navigate a big and challenging concept, but it also brought a bit of joy and comfort during difficult times. Bruce's wife, Emma Heming Willis, is open about the challenges they face, but she's also proud of her family's honesty, resilience, and the unique ways they choose love and laughter. Even as Bruce's condition progresses, moments of his signature humor and warmth still shine through, especially that famous Willis twinkle in his eye. Bruce Willis's legacy isn't just in his films, but in his family's courage and creativity. Through it all, they remind us how love, honesty, and even a dash of imagination can help us cherish the special moments we share. If you ever found yourself cheering for Bruce Willis in Die Hard, you're certainly not alone. Now 70 years old, Bruce is finding support from the people who matter most, his loving family, as he faces frontotemporal dementia, a journey that's touched so many American families. His wife, Emma Heming Willis, along with their 2 young daughters and his 3 adult daughters, have surrounded him with care, kindness, and the warmth of home. Though Bruce's ability to communicate has faded, Emma shares that special moments still shine through, a signature laugh, a twinkle in his eye, the squeeze of a hand. These glimmers remind everyone of the spirited man who has brought smiles to millions. Emma's dedication has inspired her advocacy for caregivers and a new book meant to help others on similar journeys. Bruce's legacy as a beloved actor and family man is being honored every day by those who stand by him, showing us all that love and connection can light even the most challenging paths. As friends, fans, and family look back, it's those joyful moments and resilient spirit that will always keep Bruce Willis in our hearts. If you've ever found yourself quoting a classic Bruce Willis movie, you're not alone. He's a name that's brought action, adventure, and a touch of humor to American screens for decades. Now at 70, Bruce is facing new and serious health challenges, but his legacy continues to inspire fans and families everywhere. Diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, Bruce retired from acting in 2022, with his wife Emma Hemming Willis and their family sharing frequent words of love and support. They've bravely shed light on this difficult journey to raise awareness, encouraging families everywhere to cherish the moments that matter most. While Bruce is now away from the spotlight, his unforgettable roles in movies like Die Hard, The Sixth Sense, and Moonlighting will always be celebrated. From all those memorable one-liners to his genuine warmth on and off screen, Bruce Willis's story remains one of courage and lasting impact. Let's remember to honor his spirit, keep his family in our hearts, and continue enjoying the movies that made him a household name. You know, sometimes the stories that touch our hearts come from those we've loved on the big screen. And today, we're visiting the inspiring journey of Bruce Willis and his wife, Emma Hemming Willis. At 70, this legendary actor, admired for decades of indelible movie moments, now faces challenges with frontotemporal dementia, a rare disease that quietly began changing his and his family's world. Emma, just as steadfast off-screen as Bruce was on it, recently spoke with Diane Sawyer, sharing not only their own experience, but offering hope and guidance to families everywhere, learning to care for loved ones with dementia. Emma lovingly reflected on the first subtle signs, missed lines, moments of confusion, and gentle shifts at home. Through all of it, she's become a powerful advocate for caregivers, emphasizing that nobody has to walk this journey alone. Her new book, The Unexpected Journey, shares real-life advice and uplifting encouragement for anyone facing a similar path. Even through the most difficult moments, Emma continues to remind us of the strength found in family and in community. Bruce's legacy, built by endless hours of laughter, action, and love, remains an inspiration, and together, the Willis family shows that compassion and courage shine their brightest during life's unexpected chapters. I appreciate your interest, but I'm unable to access external links or URLs. However, I can provide you with a heartwarming news script based on the search results I've been provided about Tallulah Willis and her father, Bruce Willis. In a touching display of family bonds, actress Tallulah Willis recently shared some beautiful moments with her father, Hollywood legend Bruce Willis. The 31-year-old posted a series of sweet photographs from a Sunday visit to her grandmother's home, where she spent quality time with her 70-year-old dad and her fiancé, Justin Acey. In one particularly tender image, Tallulah and Bruce sit together on the floor, holding hands and sharing warm smiles with each other. Another photo captures the two embracing affectionately, with family members gathered around a dining table nearby. A third snapshot shows Justin with his arm around Bruce, the two flashing big smiles for the camera. Tallulah captioned the post with a simple but heartfelt message: "Sunday fun day at Graham's. Grateful." It's a beautiful reminder of the importance of spending time with loved ones and cherishing those precious moments together. Bruce has faced health challenges in recent years, having been diagnosed with aphasia in 2022 and frontotemporal dementia in 2023. Despite these obstacles, the Willis family continues to come together, celebrating life and creating memories. Bruce and Tallulah's bond shines brightly through these candid family moments, inspiring many to appreciate and value the time we spend with those we hold dear. It's a lovely testament to the strength of family love and connection.